All right, gospel community leaders, again, thank you so much for all that you're doing. Super excited for all that God's doing through our gospel community groups every week. I just get more and more excited about it. This week we're talking about a lot of really exciting topics within the discussion questions here through our gospel community groups. And just again, here's the main takeaway. We belong to God who rescues His children. We belong to a God who rescues His children and who raised Jesus from the dead. This resurrection power is ours through Jesus. So this is an exciting thing. We can encourage one another in the truths of the gospel, specifically concerning God's rescue of us and His resurrection from the dead. And so just throw yourselves into this with excitement and fervor, celebrating all that God has done. One thing at the very beginning you'll see when you look at the Gospel Community Questions study guide is consider doing this. And I wrote, take the opportunity to address your group about the downward spiral of sin in a way similar to this. And then I kind of give you a manuscript, but you say it how you want to. But that's just kind of the gist. But the point here is address your group not in a let's air out our sins here kind of way, but in a if you're struggling with something, if there is there's something going on, this kind of downward spiral of sin in your life that's maybe hidden, something that's clinging to you, something that's addicting, whether it's porn or anger or eating disorder, whatever it is, to give an opportunity for people to not fall through the cracks. So just kind of an encouragement to whether they surface there in the group right then or if they surface by coming to you later, giving people an opportunity to surface. Because again, hopefully the majority of our people are connected closely and we know them well enough to kind of know if this is happening or not, but we don't want anybody to slip through the cracks. So that's under the Consider This section. And then on the discussion questions, you'll notice in the robust question set that question number 3 has an appendix attached to it, and you'll see that's Appendix A. That's at the bottom of your study guide to prep you for question 3. And then Appendix B will prep you for question 4. So again, question 3 and 4 are questions. Again, if you don't have time to at least just glaze over some of this stuff in the Appendix A and Appendix B that concern question 3 and 4, then you might want to consider skipping over those questions unless you read the question and say, yeah, I'm really comfortable with anywhere that the discussion could go on these questions. But again, the Appendix A will help you prep for question 3, and Appendix B will help you prep for question 4. You do not have to look at every single resource in Appendix A or Appendix B, but there's some shorter ones, there's some longer ones, there's some that require more time, there's some that only require a few minutes, but they'll help prep you for that. And then again, question 7 is going to continue to be all throughout the Jonah series, kind of twofold. One, an opportunity to check up how's your list going, that list of people in your life that need Jesus. How's your planning going? How's your interactions with them going? Give people an opportunity to testify to what the Lord is doing, maybe in that, and to hold each other accountable that we are doing that. Again, like it's been said from the pulpit that 5 people on this list, that's an arbitrary number. It could be 2, it could be 200 on the list. But again, just that we're actively thinking about and strategically pursuing relationships with people who do not know God for the sake of not for the sake of scalping them, but for the sake of the gospel, for the glory of God and the fame of Christ. So 7 speaks into that, just kind of checking in on people, how they're doing with that, and also it's an opportunity to say, how are we as a group specifically going to missionally engage our community? So you can be having that discussion if you have not already decided on a specific mission involvement for your gospel community group, which many of the groups already have. Super excited about that. Be sure to check out the announcements that are listed there. Check out the books to read. 2 new ones that are available in our bookstore that have to do with God's heart for the nations through Gates of Splendor by Elizabeth Elliot. This is about 5 missionaries who were killed in Ecuador taking the gospel there, Jim Elliot being one of them. We have a poster up now in our lobby with some quotes from him on it. He was mentioned in our sermon on Sunday, and the other book is specifically about him. It's called Shadow of the Almighty. These are available in our bookstore. We're going to be giving one of them away in the upcoming weeks through Gates of Splendor, but we have more copies available in the bookstore at cost, so people can purchase those books. A great influence on world missions. So that's that. Be sure to check all that out. Be praying for you each this week. I hope it goes really, really well with your gospel community groups. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks so much.